Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That gun sound does indeed mean it's time to be back at the Intel Extreme Masters qualifiers for Katowice. It is a long way off. There's a lot of games to be played, but we are still in Group 38. Now, I believe the last winners of this group, obviously Ramesses, Mr. Jacob North, and where can I find him? Danex, who went monstrous. I believe they are Team Singularity, the Danish side of it, although that's not what they're named as in the qualifiers, but I'm pretty sure they're Team Singularity. But I am Lee Demon Smith, and joining me is Rich Sims again. You can check his stream out if you want his point of view on The Sims. Obviously, I'm covering mine on D-Man. But Rich, solid game. Probably the best one I think I've seen in the qualifiers so far.
Yeah, a little bit wild. Certainly didn't expect Millennium to be coming so low, to be honest with you. You know, we generally kind of expected it. Well, I was personally expecting him a little bit higher, but then again, the circle, unfortunately, she can be a cruel mistress, and it was just pincer in between so many rosters. I mean, what, maybe 3 or 4 rosters were down in Primorsk at the end there. It was just a little bit brutal. I didn't check out how they did for game number 1. So I don't...
Beasted it, because they're on 27 kills, so they must have beasted game 1. So I'm just having a look. Yeah, 21 kills game 1, 610 points from game 1 alone. So they are still top at the moment.
Okay, so that's a nice easy one for them. So they give themselves some a decent breathing room, but the birdie's in the air. The plane has left the tarmac, and she's coming in from a very southerly east way, and it's going across the water as well. So
yeah, straight across the channel. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not a nice. It's
going to be interesting for Millennium, right? Because they went Novo, and it looks like they're doing the same again. They had to bully someone out a moment ago in the last game. Let's see. No, okay, everyone's leaving them to it. I was like, nope, yeah. Novo's yours.
No, you can have that, which is fair play. Leave them to it. They're going to be the only one on Sosnovka. Nobody down in Milli. Some people obviously get a little bit concerned when you go to Milli, because it's quite close by. There could have been a lot of people that were down there potentially, but looks like we may have an early fight going at Pachinki if both of those rosters do end up going there. 1, 2, 3 teams along the west coast as well. Everyone else a little bit spread around: Shelter, Badlands, Deadlands, Wastelands, whatever you want to call it. But the north area of the map, Lee, it's going to be dead. We might see this one team just slow drop. They're making it all the way there. Ramesses, the GOAT, as we called him at DreamHack, to be honest. Some of the shots he was pulling off. They're making their way to big GP town. They'll be in George. No one else really any higher than kind of the school areas, maybe as high as we get. So it'll be interesting to see what the circle does. This is kind of one of those games where the circle might just say, take a north one, my friends, bang, slam it up near Severny somewhere and just make everybody rotate all the way up top, and we get some of those crushing fights on the southern end of the circle, but who knows?
So let me just break down exactly where people are and who's doing what. So obviously the #1 team currently in group is Millennium. They're on, what, 800 and something points, 805 points. Magic Balloons, the Czech team, I believe it is Team 5. They obviously did very well in the last game. They're in Pachinki right now. You can see the circle. It's gone very much southern, very much Sosnovka this time around. So Millennium are sitting very pretty right now. We'll see whether it swings further north in the second circle. Knocked by Play Zone is Ramesses' team, who we just obviously saw winning that last game with Danex North and Mr. Jacob. They are in 3rd place currently. And Section Z was Team 4 in the last game. Obviously one of the teams that were causing a lot of problems. They're currently sitting in 4th place, and you can see they've gone for the spread split around School and Rozok. So that's Rax and Yoshi Boy, Bishop Gaines and Places. So despite the fact we didn't really know who was in the group outside of Millennium last game, I think we pretty much called it, I think. So that's the top 4 currently.
Circle comes in, and she's actually been favourable to the plane, to be honest with you, Lee. It's matched exactly the plane route, smack bang through the middle of it. There is a ton of water in play, which is never a good thing. We'll see how the next one does update. Could be quite messy, though. So everyone's still within the region. You're going to see some fights towards, I would suggest, round about the north end, because you've got one team in Pachinki. You've also got kind of just up from the quarry around the Badlands area again. Gatka's in there. But everyone's got to come in. You got one team in Georgia Paul, one team in second team in Rose, 3 over by apartments, 4 up in Yaznaya. They have to make a bit of a trip. 5 and 6 kind of towards Milta Power, 7 towards prison area. They're all going to come in. So anywhere, you know, there could be fights kicking off left, right, and centre around this north edge of this circle. Wouldn't be surprised if one team moved a little bit forward, maybe moved towards the petrol station, just across near the bridges. They could potentially camp the bridge. You might be able to catch Millennium, coming off of the island. They do know they have to come your way potentially. It all kind of depends what happens with the next circle, to be honest. Excuse me, with the next circle where it actually forces people in, because everyone can kind of move in. Millennium can move in without being pushed by the circle. They're pretty much already in it anyway, so they don't have to cross the bridge just yet. So the next one should be interesting to see how much water is eliminated from this one, but certainly I would expect to see some early game fights.
So just looking around, Seko's only just got himself a rifle. We are on 1.5 AR, which means obviously there is 1.5 times the spawn. Gets himself the second. There we go. He's happy now. There was an SKS as well picked up. I'm just looking through Millennium's gear to see who they got. I think it was Yuki picked himself up the SKS, so he's going to be in a good way. We'll see whether they can get a scope for that. So they're looking pretty solid down on Novo, like you're saying. There's obviously not a lot of action early on. There's a chance for action at school, though. I'm just looking around. Obviously, Team 16 have moved in to the same territory that Team 4 were in, which is Section Z. They've been in here and spread around into Rozok's side, so we'll keep our eye on Vespa Jr., whether he decides to venture any further into Rozok.
Yep. And it's just going to be a bit of a chill. There's not really much we can say about this one. I think it'll be a lot, not necessarily faster than the previous one. Obviously, they're all at the same time, but certainly you get more faster engagements. We do have an airdrop in play.
There's more of a landlock, I would say, this time around.
Yeah, because of where. Water. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of water in, but as well, the circle's landed where the plane did, so it's kind of kept everyone rather close together. M24's in play. The crate is in. There's no scope with it. There's no armor, no gear, no vest, nothing like that. There is a painkiller in there of all things. I don't know why they put extended quick draws in that for ARs when the sniper's there. It would have been better to kind of put an extended quick draw for the sniper rifle. But nevertheless, M24's then. It's also in a nice place. It's kind of almost dead, well, yeah, pretty much dead center of the circle. So whatever team does push on for that, they're going to get a big boy gun. But they're also going to be able to get the garages, what I mentioned before, and potentially just lock down that bridge if Millennium do want to try and get across from Sosnovka Island.
Just keep an eye on Vespa, see how it goes in Rozok at the moment, just keeping the aerial view. No need to look around too much. There's not a great deal that happens in the early phases, and there's no way around that, really, outside of when you have more teams, which obviously at the moment we've only got 11 teams in here. When it comes to, obviously, tournaments, when you've got 20 teams, that's when things start to get a little more clustered. At the moment, everyone's, with 11 teams, you're generally going to have a fairly quiet period until, like you say, the third circle, when he just went crazy. Vespa is starting to creep closer into Rozok, and he is having to hop around. I think he's very much wary that there is another squad there, so he doesn't want to go too deep. Yeah, he's backing away. He's not going to go down the hill.
Go on then, Lee, while we've got a bit of time. What's your favourite gun in the game at the moment, and why?
See, I think at the moment I would say the M4. It used to be the AKM. I used to really like the AKM, and I still like the SKS. I know we've talked about the SKS a number of times.
Sorry to break you off. Fight at school, dude, just while you're going on to this one.
Oh, Team 4 has gone in there. Okay. This is what I was talking about, 4 and 16, they might clash. So it's no more survivors up there. These guys have had no luck, have they? These no more guys.
No, not at all. It's been a bit brutal. He's got, it's fair to him, he's got some first aids that he can crack off if he needs to. I'm surprised. I don't know why he's... Oh, there we go. Now he's going to use it. I'm going to say just kind of hold back, but you're going up against Yoshi Boy and Raxon, and we know these guys can play. Raxon's just holding point. Yoshi Boy's going to make sure he's stimmed up to the max. You can see as well, No More Brothers on the... No one's
coming to help him.
I mean, No More Brothers has got his shoulder, but unfortunately he's only got a hollow point, and you're only going to do so much with that hollow.
Oh, Sinister's coming. Here we go. He's going to cover it. He's going to cover his escape. There you go. No more survivors off.
He's like, I'm out. See you later, boys.
Yeah, I think he's looted most of school anyway, because he's been in there for a long time. So
what gears he got? Let's have a look at it. Can anti-A, level 1 vest, no helmet. Ugh. It's not good. It's not great.
Wait,
I mean, he's got an 8 times and a silencer on the cannon. I'll go with that, but in terms of a helmet, he just needs to crack one off. I'm not seeing any meds on him whatsoever as well. I did see... Oh yeah, I do. It's just, you just
where
don't
the heck?
see
Oh, Vespa Jr.'s gone up the top. I was like, where the hell did Vespa Jr. go? He's gone up to the top of Rozok. The rest of Team 4, obviously, they're right, okay, let's fight. So Section Z moving in, like, okay, let's get involved. Let's try and look for this fight. Meanwhile, Vesper Jr. is like, all right, you guys are going off there. Look, he's in the vehicle. He's bombing around the back of Rozak on the bike. Is Bishop Gaines seeing that? Is he seeing what's happening? Is he hearing it? Go with his point of view.
No more that, you know, this Team 16, they do know what they're doing, because like they're swapping gear around and switching it around. Like, for instance, No More Brothers has just handed the level 2 helmet over to No More Survivors with the sniper rifle. And if you've got a guy who's kind of your lead sniper and who uses a sniper and he does have a sniper, then you're better off upgrading his helmet so he can poke, he can peek, he can try and get a pick potentially. So you can tell that they definitely know how to play this game and generally know how it works. They're working their way from apartments, which is fair play to them. They're still looking for loot. They're very spread out. You've got a 2, a 1, and a 1, especially as you mentioned. Vesper's kind of on his own, but they are wrapping around now, so they are looking to meet up. I don't really like where Sinister's going. You know, you got 2 of them that are going to go meet up to Vesper, but now Sinister's just a one-man band on his own. If he gets caught out, he's basically dead. You can't really res him from that distance unless they get some sort of... There might be a vehicle in the garage over here potentially. Nope, ooh, no Dacia this time around.
Let's jump over to the lighthouse. Over to the lighthouse side. There's action going on over there. A bit of the bridge old fight, and that's going to be one getting knocked straight away. Look, he comes in. There's another team coming in. That's Burla blasting through. That's actually his team that's on the lighthouse at the moment. So he's cleverly getting in a position on the bridge. So it's like, okay, you guys have got to come this way. I'm going to push from the bridge. You guys have got the lighthouse covered. Team 2 are in trouble.
Yeah, they didn't get the res off. They just let him crawl to him and die. Did have a level 3 bag, and I'm seeing some ARs on there as well, so they'll be able to at least trade off the gear and kind of kit up the rest of the remaining members. Meanwhile, you mentioned Burla. He's part of this Team 5 up on Lighthouse. He's actually taken the bridge. I'm looking at what guns he's got. He does have a mini on the back. It'd be nice to see him just kind of put the red dot on that mini, use the DMR, see if he can get some picks. Bullet comes in, thinks off the metal. Now they know exactly where he is, so his position has been given away. All depends if he wants to try and advance on this one and maybe try and make something of it.
This is why he's on the bridge, right? Stopping the escapes. You're not getting into that water. Shadow trying to make a run for it. Gets downed. I don't think he's going to... Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Burla finishes him off, so they're starting to pick up the kills. This is the second place team, actually, in the group right now. These guys. Magic Balloons, the Czech Republic team, I believe. If my flags are correct, I might be wrong. In fact, I'm just going to hover over and double check that.
I mean, I was about to say I like the aggression coming out of here from F4, but unfortunately the aggression finds him punished, and all the rest of his team then have to run to his assistance. They're going to call for some help. He's got cover. He's got the defilade. He's also got the bike, if it means anything. His teammates are here, so they should get the res off of him, provided they can get some ground on them. They're all now pushing up and trying to look for the rest of this team. The res will come through. Oh, but, you know, Team 2 actually got super aggressive. Trying to go for the BM and get the kill off before he drops, but they're in cover.
Butler does the job, though. Manages to spray them down. Does get Faki back up, but Burla, great job. So they've wiped them out. So they've took over, and now they actually hold the bridge, which could be key, you know, looking at the situation here. There's a team down in Ferry Pier, 25, and obviously this is looking like it will be a Sosnovka Island bridge. There's another team that's setting up a camp over there, actually 2 camps, ironically, 21 and 13. It's kind of like a standoff across the bridge. Meanwhile, Millennium, obviously, were in Novo very early on. They are in prime position. Looks like they're heading over for that crate as well, judging by... Why are you going back to Plessis? Why does it keep going to Plessis? Stop that! I'm right-clicking.
Just as a side note, we do have a bridge camp kind of set up here. Team 13 are watching to see if 21 want to make something of it. So we'll see if they do push on for this one. Yep, they've seen him. So I'm already seeing shots getting cracked off from Team 13 across the bridge. That's going to be the M4, Mr. Snowman, with the 8 times on that as well. That's another one for you. I'm not a big fan of... I think, obviously, now you can no longer put on from a few patches ago. You can no longer put the 8 times on the M16. Just, you know, that single shot fire. It was so accurate and so deadly. I kind of want to personally see that extended to all ARs. I don't know about yourself, but I would not like to see any ARs in future have any 8 times on them. Literally make it a sniper rifle only scope.
Yeah, I mean, it's that time of like, where do you pull away from real life and gaming, right? Because obviously you can do it on certain guns in real life, which I guess is why they kept it on the Scar L. But, I mean, you technically can have it on the M4 and the M16 as well. And you definitely can have it on the M16, but obviously you can't in the game now. So it's that balance between gaming and real life, right? It's like, how do they want to keep it real? Do they want to keep it that way? I'm just looking actually across the map towards Ferry Pier Way. I'm seeing Mr. Jacob and Co. heading in, along with Team 4, which is obviously another top team that did well in that last game. So they are all trying to look for the same boats, it seems.
Oh, and now they've seen one another, and they've crashed, and they've actually bailed out of the car. 1, 2 are dropped. Danex and Mr. Jacob get battered. They actually clipped the defilade, which stopped them, and they said, okay, well, we need to fight now, so... Yeah, they're down, literally, just ripped into shreds. Rip, okay.
Rip, indeed. I'm trying to think, where's Ramses?
Hang on a minute. Did Danex and Mr... So, they're dead. Are they no longer actually... Are they still in the game?
Nope, they're gone. They have lost both teams. Both completely gone. That is really low positioning from them. So that's a squad wipe. So that is not good. Ramses I don't see in the game either, so...
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, well, okay. There's having a look at the boats. Looking at Davo, taking shots. Should be able to light someone up there. Look at that boat. They're just going to rip them apart. Davo gets one. He gets knocked. Can they get more? They switch over to the M16. He's just going to keep on lighting up Squad 25. They are all so low in that boat. Just one more bullet will do it. He's going to go for the reload. Burler manages to land it. The boat goes up. And that is a squad wipe right there.
Oh, one of them survived, literally.
Oh, Saggy must have jumped, yeah.
Out of 4, he jumped earlier. I saw him bail and kind of just go under, but the other 2 got knocked and then down. And lone man, the lone survivor, and I need to stick with him now, unfortunately, until he gets out of the water.
I did the same mistake, sadly. I'm just thinking the same.
Soundbook. Come on, get out of the water.
Come on.
Just so long as you guys know, if you go on board with somebody when you're in spectator mode, if you go on board with somebody inside of water, when you come off them, the water noise will stick with you until they make landfall. Oh, I missed it. Come on, get out. There we go. And now I can... There we go. We're off of him.
Right, let's have a look. Oh, look at Davo. Davo's bombing across on the boat. They're not letting him get away with this.
They want this kill.
Straight across on the jet ski. You're going to come out of that water straight into them. That's harsh. I can see more action. Where was that? Oh, wow. That's outside in the blue. There's a massive battle going on between 6 and 16. No more brothers. He's getting lit up by Rax. He gets taken down. That's the squad being wiped out there. So 6 are going to just about get their bodies up. Maybe. I mean, bearing in mind they're sitting in the blue right now as it is. So it's starting to hurt them. They should be able to get out of there. They're a long way out as well without vehicles. So I assume they've got a couple of cars. Yeah, okay. They've just managed to pick one up. So let's have a look around. Millennium got themselves positioned in that little outcrop of buildings on the west of Sosnovka. Team 4, who obviously just lit up... knocked by Playzone and took them out. They are sitting off Ferry Pier, but I'm not sure there's any boats left. I gotta be honest. I'm having a look around.
So I kind of like, Millennium's position is strong. It's a very strong hut to cover, and it's a very strong place to hold. I think they're just hodling for now, just for a while. They do have, if they want them, there are 2 care packages that have just dropped in, crates, whatever you want to call it, drops. People have different and various names for it. I'm just going to have a quick cheeky peek at what's in them. We have an M24 again. And then on the opposing side, we actually have... Oh, no, I've gone on board with somebody in the water, unfortunately. Nope, it's still not letting me choose. Anyway, there is another one over there. I don't actually... Oh, God,
there's an M249 on the one that's south of Sosnovka, if that's what you're not looking at. The one in Sosnovka, I haven't looked at that one yet. That is a M24. Nice. And like you say, extended quick draw for an AR, an AS-12. It's like, why do you not put it for the sniper? Yeah. Maybe that's just a case of they missed it. They're probably fixing the patch notes. Okay, circle update, and it is very much on the island. Millennium, bang, central for it, and they don't need to move. These guys, Team 4, which is Magic Balloons, have a bit of a swim ahead of themselves.
They do, and I'll tell you who else is probably going to die from this one late. I think Team 6, that's going to be rough.
Yeah, they've been up there for a long time.
The blue. They need to go.
It's the classic case of having the fight in the blue. It's like you should just ignore and just both get into the zone and then fight, but they got caught up in it. And I think it's going to cost both teams. It obviously cost one team their life, but I think it's going to cost these guys. It's not chunking down too badly at the moment. They're just switching driver there. Not too sure why. He's going to try and bandage away. Okay, so he's got 5 first aid kits. So if they can get in the zone, which I think they will do now, they should be fine.
Team 1, chilling on the back foot. Why not?
There you go. They're in the zone.
I'm just wandering around the map at the moment, panning around, showing people where they are. Millennium still inside the little hut of dreams. Inside the level 2 building with the garage.
I think 13 and 21 might conflict with each other, possibly. They kind of look like they're both heading for that aerial hill style. We'll see whether 21 decides to come down. That's really the only conflict, unless Team 4, who are 5, sorry, who are making their way towards this hillside, decide to push for Millennium's building, which is more central. I think they're probably going to go for those complexes on the hill, though. Hello, doggy.
6 a second the time. I respect avoiding the yellows. You know, there's always somebody usually chilling in there, but this late into the game, you'd expect that everyone would be completely out of there by now and moved on, to be honest. Yeah, no one's on the bridge, which is honestly very lucky for them. 13 and 21 Lee are creeping. You mentioned it earlier on. I can see something happening there, especially once the blue does pinch in and actually squeezes them together. That's when they're going to meet, and that's when things are going to get really hot. 5 and 11, actually. Burler and Co. might catch Millennium. It all depends how far Lucky wants to go. If he overextends too much, he's got a hill that he's got to go down. If he goes down that hill, he'll get battered. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of rocks to leech off of and traverse around, but a 6 actually, I mean, so Team 6 are confusing me, Lee, and they're actually slightly triggering me. They're out of the car again. They should have gone for it. They're going to swim here, but they should have gone for the bridge. I think with how much,
aren't they? Or are they going to swim it?
They have to go, mate. This blue will kill them. It will kill them.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not going just over the bridge, because you know there's not going to be a bridge camp at this stage. This is not pub games. There's no bridge camp there. Everybody's in the circle. But yeah, like you say, if they're going to swim it, they're dead. I think these two are going to run the bridge instead. I don't know why they didn't just drive it, to be honest. I think they just realised, yeah, they realised they can't swim. There's no way they can swim. There's a trike there, so they should be okay. Did they balls up the car? Did they crash the car? I think they've crashed the car, haven't they? Where was the car? It's not in good state. Let's put it that way. It's smoking.
And that's the end of that vehicle.
Oh, which one? What was that? Darvo. Oh, okay, Aeon. Oh, right, they bombed it. I saw them bombing across. Yeah, okay. Team 5 just wrecked them. Yeah, that's 11 kills Team 5's got now. They are looking smoking. That's Magic Balloons, who were in second place, by the way.
This Dacia for Team 21's in a bad shape. It's smashed to bits, and the guys inside have also taken a bit of a beating.
And Team 4's coming right up behind them, yeah.
Yeah, this is the... they're in the beach. I mean, oh look, Team 6 are thinking, oh god, what have we done, boys? We can't do this. And they're now actually in. Fair play to them for making it in the end. They've also got a nice, slower, not the slowest, but a slower side to the circle. Team 4 are actually going to breach that compound, Lee, so...
Yeah.
It's going to be a 2 versus 4. They've got the numbers and man advantage, but they don't have the cover. Especially if they're outside, they just get caught in the field, it'll be a firing range.
Shut up. My tears. My cat's meowing away. The dog's come back from walking, so she's all excited. But anyway, back to the game. Raxon is the one that's moving in. They've got to check where these complexes cleared. There's no vehicle. There's a Dacia actually to lie in the hill, so they're kind of like, probably something here. And they would have heard the shots from the hillside as well, so they know that there's something definitely going on. Lucky's on a massive flank, by the way. Lucky is coming right round, and he sees Bishop Gaines, and he just took a shot on him. So again, it's 5 and 4. You know, they were mixing it up. Remember last time with Millennium involved in between? They are mixing it up once again. Sulza as well in that building. He's got to be looking at Lucky. I think he just saw him. Burler's come right down. Burler's going to go between the two buildings. This is just a 3-man mishmash now.
That's a good grenade. That's a belting grenade. The player inside hasn't actually moved. He's gone up the stairs now, but that was a very good grenade. He got it inside. Burler on the edge. 21, 4, 5. 3 teams down here now. Who gets the first pick, though? Plyce is on the back foot. Previous sniper in the last game. Oh, my sound is taking a...
Yeah, the grenade. The thing is, the circle has come this way. Burla just took that nade through the little small window. I think he's going to pop a second one through. That will finish off Sulzer unless he's just gone in the bathroom. He might be safe. No, that's going to finish him off. He's going to bleed out. So, Bishop Gaines is trying to use that little round window to get himself an action. Now, let's have a look, because there's a drop coming behind them.
He just needed 2 people.
He's just got Yoshi Boy as well, yeah. He's just popping them nades off. Raxon's trying to jump between buildings. Snevels is staying down. Lucky is now making the move. Yoshi Boy's going to get finished off. Raxon's taking shots. Burla has now took down Bishop Gaines as well. Burla is on a mission. He could get the whole squad wipe here.
No fear whatsoever. Even at half health, he'll still do the corner peek. He'll lean round, take some bullets. His teammates also grenading in. They're grenading heavy. I think that might do some damage. It is. It cracks Raxon. How many bodies are these boys taking? They've just completely wiped them out. There's only 1 player left from 21. I think that's like 4 or 5 kills now they've picked up, and still they keep going.
And they're, as a squad, they're on 13 kills already. That's about to hit 16 as soon as these guys that are bleeding out die. Plyce is the only man standing for that squad, and he's around the back of this house. Lucky is staring straight at him. Now, while this is happening, there's also another team that is engaging. Thomas and Falco, they're all dropping down as well. There goes Plysis. That is a squad wipe, and that is Section Z that has just been wiped out there. So, Magic Balloon, who were in second place on 16 kills currently, this could rocket them to the top. Now there's another squad coming in now. Team 1 is coming in behind them. We've just got the crates. They're going to be pulling into it. The thing is, this is really this complex and another. I'm going to look over towards Millennium, because it's Millennium that just wiped out this squad over on the side. Thomas is the only man in that squad that's alive if he can get his buddies up. But they're just going to push straight over the hill. I think Yuki should do. But the thing is, because they've been on their own on Sosnov for so long, they haven't got any kills. They've only got the 1 kill because they've not been involved in all the chaos that was happening in the rotation to the island.
Yuki might catch a glimpse here. Now, they don't know they're actually there, because I don't think it were actually this team that were cracking off against one another. It was a different team altogether that they were fighting. Yuki does have the information. He's now ready. He goes back, gets himself a little bit of cover, sees exactly where they are. That's a really good grenade. So that's one of his teammates. So now he's called out the information. His teammates are giving help, and here come the shots. Bang, bang, bang. Thomas gets tanked, unfortunately.
I like it. I like it.
That was an accidental pun, to be honest.
By the way, let's go back over to Team 1. They are getting absolutely wrecked. So that's Team 1 doing the work. Gova with a massive nade takes down Lucky and Burla, and that has been a squad wipe for them. And while that's all happening, Snevels has just stayed in there. So that was the team that had 16 kills, which was Magic Balloons, have just been wiped out. They're going to get 4th place. Seko from Millennium does pick up the 2 kills there as well. So we're down to 3. So it's Team 1, Team 21, and of course Millennium, who are going to be in the other complex.
Oh, Sneville's still praying in the toilet. He's still just sitting and just hoping and praying that nobody knows. He hasn't moved. He hasn't switched his weapon. He hasn't done anything. He's fair play to him. He's not even flushed the toilet after using it. He's just staying super, super quiet. And in theory, he can do this, Lee. They're inside the circle, so they don't know where he is, and they're all running away from him.
They're not looking. Nobody's going there. Now they're thinking, okay, they're the complex. They see Millennium. They want to engage on Millennium.
Look at Nike's POV though.
They did just hit a crate. What's he got? Ooh, nice.
Yep. This could be the saving grace if he can find some picks with this, because Millennium have to come to them, Lee. Let's take a look at this circle, and you know, their route to the circle is extremely open. They have not even really a defilade here. They can play the kind of the hill if they can get to it. There's a big defilade right in front of them, but again, they've got to get dead center square. So if Nikes can take some faces, he can deny Millennium this game.
They got to land the shots, right? They got to get a couple of knocks and then push. That's the only way they can do this. There's no other way around it.
If they can it's literally grab a pick and run.
Yeah. So THZ with the car might land it, misses it. Going for Nike there, so he's trying to... Nike's peeking a little too openly for my liking. Yuki with the SKS, let's see if he can find him. Obviously the information's just gone out saying he's next to the tree. Sees him, gets a tag. Nike's going to get away. Ooh, Ooh, just about. Now, will they push on that? Yes, they will. They're going to go to the left-hand side. So they're going to go for a 2-2 split, I wonder. Let's have a look. Yes. No, Suzeko's kind of pushing straight across. Damian's going to bring the car with him. So now Bane, who's off on the side with his car 98, is going to be in prime position. But he's not got any cover over here. But he should be able to land some shots. Oh, he's going for the car instead of the open field Yuki.
I didn't like that. He was in a good position. Not necessarily a flank, but certainly they didn't know where he was and decided to go for the car rather than players. So there's quite a lot of snipers on this time of team number 1, but you've got to land the shots. Unfortunately, it's THC on the back foot. That's doing the damage here. What's he actually got? Oh, he got himself a car 98 as well. That's why, and an 8 times. So now I understand why they're getting it now. 4 times as well, checking the corners and all the different angles that they could potentially get here. Nikes is down. All right, so the AWM has been rendered unconscious for now. So this would be a good chance for Millennium to really make some ground here.
Look at Yuki. Look how open he's playing this. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to cover the angles. I know I've got the defilade. Oh, nice. Play zone got Govo. Oh, dear. That was it. Well, he got knocked as well. But it was the play zone that did the damage and it took him out. Remember, this is high play zone. They've managed to get Nikes back up here, but they are basically stuck. They are wedged behind a building now. But someone needs to land one of these shots. Bane with the car 98 trying to take the shots. Knight goes up. Oh, Bane's pushed out, but look at the flank. Look at Yuki and THC. They're coming right around the side. The Swiss partnership is doing work, and they're just going to close in. There's nothing they can do about this.
Can we appreciate that Snebbles is still inside the toilet?
Is he? I didn't notice.
He's still there. He's still there, and all these players are inside this building. Nikes is right behind him. He can hear that AWM kicking off, and they're all sitting in the toilet. He got second place.
There we go.
Oh God.
Oh, well, Millennium take it with, what, 8 kills in the end, despite the fact they really didn't have any engagements until the final circle where they pick up the kills. And it showed the experience there. Really nice pincer move with Yuki and THC splitting off to the right, Diamond and Sesko holding the left side. But Snevels gets his team into second place. They need to give him a big pat on the back there. No kills, of course, but that may have just been enough. Remember, only the top 8 will go through. So that second place, the points he just garnered from that, sitting in the bathroom for so long with... Remember that there was Team 4, Team 5, and Team 1. All came through that same building, and nobody found him in that bathtub.
Yep, staying alive until the end. Gavin, unfortunately, making a very bad mistake and not watching the blue zone. He was like 2 steps away from the blue zone, but sitting inside the house for cover 2, kind of focused on the people in front of him. Blue zone chunked him and knocked him out, and instantly lost his team a player. But then again, it might not have made so much difference because Millennium's aggression kind of came in. It was very key to knock out Nike with that AWM, which is exactly what they did, and then they advanced from there onwards. So decent play from them. You know, as we mentioned, Sneville's just getting himself up in his second place. Would have been good to grab himself some points and maybe knock out a Millennium player at the end, but I don't think he expected. He was just praying, hoping, and probably laughing to himself as well that all that were going down. So, GG Millennium.
Right, I'm going to be jumping over to Group 41 next, which is going to be a Vanguard, I believe. So the Russian time, but yeah, Millennium topped that group, I think, in all. I'm pretty sure Magic Balloons would have pressured them for that place, but the fact that they ended up, despite the fact they got 16 kills, they ended up in 5th place, didn't they? So may have just pushed for the top spot, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. You know, first, second doesn't really matter in the groups, as long as you get through is what counts. Just about everybody looks like they're piling into Group 41, which is going to be an interesting one. So we'll see how that works out, because there's only so many spec slots we'll be able to take. But I'll be going to G41. You're going to go off to G43, I believe, which is who's in 43? It is No Loot Gaming.
Oh, okay. I thought it was G2. Either way, yeah, I'm going to go try and find another team, so we'll loop back around in a second. Enjoy your games, Lee.
Yep, and yourself. Have a good day. I'll catch up with you later. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the next set of groups. It will be a Vanguard's group next I'm going to be jumping to, which is Group 41.